In the MCU, she was one of Nick Fury's most trusted allies. Her story in the comics is quite a bit different, so let's get into it and find out who is Maria Hill. Maria Hill was born and raised in Chicago. Her mother passed away shortly after giving birth to Maria. She was raised by her bitter father, who blamed Maria for her mother's death. Maria eventually joined the Marine Corps, and after her military commitment was done, she joined S.H.I.E.L.D. She quickly climbed the ranks, and her devotion to the job and conviction to accomplish her mission caught the attention of the S.H.I.E.L.D. director, Nick Fury. Fury offered Hill an assignment that would get her promoted to colonel. She accepted and successfully completed that mission. Hill was promoted, but was haunted by visions of the double agent she had killed. Fury then offered Hill a pill that would induce amnesia of the entire incident. She accepted it, but before she actually took it, she went and put a hit on herself that would activate upon her retirement from S.H.I.E.L.D. It was her way to make sure she had paid for what she had done. A short time later, Nick Fury abandoned his post and went into hiding due to the consequences of his secret war in Latveria. Maria Hill was chosen over more qualified agents to be the acting director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maria Hill has no superhuman abilities. She does have military and S.H.I.E.L.D. training. She is highly skilled in unarmed combat, she's an expert marksman, and a skilled interrogator. She is adept at directing multiple operations and multiple operatives simultaneously. As the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., she has access to various state-of-the-art gadgets and weaponry. Upon taking over as director, Hill had no ties to the superhuman community. Her brashness and attitude towards them led to issues with various heroes. When the Avengers attempted to reform, she tried to stop them, but Captain America's full champion license trumped her efforts. While conducting her duties as the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., she had more than a few not-so-pleasant interactions with the superhero community. That relationship with heroes slowly began to change when Hill disobeyed an order from the president to use nuclear weapons on an island the Avengers were on. She instead worked with the Avengers to defeat the threat. Hill let Iron Man listen in on her conversation with the president so he would know the difficult situation she was always in. After the events that led to the creation of the Superhuman Registration Act, Hill, on the guidance of her superiors, began developing methods to apprehend superhumans who refused to register. Knowing that the Superhuman Registration Act was going to be approved, she called in Captain America to get a sense of how the superhero community was feeling about the Registration Act. After hearing that they were split down the middle, she tried to recruit Captain America to lead the Avengers in apprehending those that didn't register. He refused the job, and she tried to take him down by force, leading to Captain America escaping, going underground, and leading the resistance movement. During that time, S.H.I.E.L.D. was used to enforce the Superhuman Registration Act. Hill, always determined to complete her mission, went to extreme measures to capture the fugitive superhumans. She later saved Tony Stark's life, and after doing so, she confided to him that she wasn't qualified for the job of director and it should be him leading S.H.I.E.L.D. Not too long after that, Tony Stark was named director, and Hill stayed on as deputy director. As deputy director, she dealt with threats like Crossbones, Ultron, Madam Hydra, Dr. Doom, and a slew of other threats. During the events of Secret Invasion, Maria Hill helped to fight against the Skrull. Norman Osborn capitalized on the Skrull invasion and used it to rise to power. He quickly dissolved S.H.I.E.L.D. and replaced it with Hammer. With S.H.I.E.L.D. gone, Hill continued to work with Stark. After the events of Siege and the fall of Norman Osborn, Maria Hill was placed in charge of the Avengers by Captain America. Eventually, S.H.I.E.L.D. was reconstituted, with Daisy Johnson, aka Quake, as the director and Maria Hill as the deputy director. It wasn't too long before Quake pulled a Nick Fury-type move and ordered an illegal hit on the leader of AIM. For her actions, Quake was suspended indefinitely and Hill was promoted to director. She continued as the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. until, like her predecessors, she crossed the line. She began the Kobik Initiative, which used cosmic cube fragments to rewrite reality as needed. The initiative was secret, but somehow it got leaked. The bad press and condemnation of the Kobik initiative forced Hill to shut it down and destroy the fragments. She had only made it seem as if she had destroyed the fragments, and later used their power to create the Pleasant Hill prison. After the disastrous failure of the Pleasant Hill prison, Maria Hill then faced a tribunal and was found guilty. She was relieved of her position and dismissed from S.H.I.E.L.D. With Maria no longer working for S.H.I.E.L.D., her self-imposed hit took effect. Hill was able to survive an attempt on her life and then went to Jessica Jones for help to find out who was trying to kill her. Jessica Jones was able to discover that Maria was the one who put a hit out on herself. Hill went through the documentation that Jones had given her and then realized why she had done it. She then canceled the hit. Maria Hill has continued to adventure in the Marvel Universe. Well, that's a wrap for today's video. As always, I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to stop by the channel and check out these videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again real soon. Until the next video, I'm out. Peace.